Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Spanish campaign. Currently, we have our eyes set on a couple of different campaigns. So we've landed in Greece, took Apollonia off the Brutii, and we're starting to try and get kind of a foothold down here. Up in Gaul, we've managed to take Narbo Martius, Massilia, and Lemminum, and they haven't really counterattacked yet. The Gauls have one army down here in this forest, but they haven't decided whether they want to attack us or take back Lemminum, or whatever they want to do with it. They haven't decided yet. So we're just hanging out in Lemminum with an army that could easily knock the Gauls out of the game, and we have to decide what we want to do with that. And in North Africa, we've taken Carthage from the Carthaginians and are cooking up a scheme to pick up their other settlement on the Mediterranean Sea, Cirta. And we also eventually want to take out Dimity and Nept, but that's less of a priority than taking their port away from them so they can stop building pesky, annoying ships. And over in Greece, something that people have been noticing, I've been noticing, is that we're really lacking the kind of heavy infantry that we're going to need to take all these settlements. Because when fighting post-Marian Roman settlements, there are going to be a lot of Praetorians. If you look at these armies, they are almost all Praetorian cohorts. So we really need good troops to be able to fight them on the walls and not get absolutely slaughtered. Speaking of that, we're going to build some Scutarii in Croton and Tarentum. We'll build 2 units in each of those. And then in Rome, we're going to build some bull warriors. We've been living as if we're poor for the last few parts, and very quickly we become very rich. So we can finally afford some decent bull warriors, decent troops. We can afford to defend ourselves. Same thing in Patavium and Mediolanium. We want to build some Scutarii here just to make sure we don't end up losing the north of Italy to a counterattack from the Brutii or the Gauls. So first things first, over in Gaul, at Lemminum, we have this nice army here. I've combined the troops so they're a little bit stronger for actually fighting. And we could try to go catch this, I think, faction heir down here with his little army who may eventually counterattack us in Spain. But I would take like 3 turns to get there because we'd have to go this way over the bridge and then over this crossing and then find him in the forest. And who wants to do all that? In that time, I could at least take 1 settlement off of them. So why not just do it? Let's grab our troops, grab Norbert the Elephant, and see if we can march north without losing Lemminum to rebellion. Yeah, we'll be just fine. Lemminum will be okay. Let's go ahead and march across the river and north to Condate Redonum. Just in case over in Narbo Martius, well, I was going to say we'll build some troops. I'm forgetting what campaign I'm playing. We have no population in Gaul. So let's send some troops over from Segesta. We'll send some Longshield Cavalry and some Longshield Cavalry from Mediolanium as well. And that will reinforce Massilia and Narbo Martius and all of those regions that are getting a little bit weak. At Carthage, we're a little bit weak right now, honestly. We have to wait for some repairs to get some more strength at Carthage. If we want to take out their 3 remaining settlements, we can't do it with just 8 units of cavalry, so getting some repairs done. We'll also build some troops over in Thapsus. Let's build some Scutarii here, and then some slingers who will defend the city, and then we can take the troops from the city and send them to combine with Gregory the Conqueror and take out the Carthaginians once and for all. Over at Leptis Magna, we have 3 units of peasants here, which will keep the public order in check. And then honestly, we're building some bull warriors here. They'll be ready in 2 turns. So I feel somewhat comfortable abandoning Leptis Magna. I know it's a little bit risky, but I think we'll be fine. We'll send a unit of Libyan mercenaries back. Just a little extra firepower in case we get attacked. But the Carthaginians just aren't that strong right now, and I really want to pick up Kydonia. So we're going to resume our original mission with Arganthonius the Allergites, and we're going to march off to go pick up Kydonia. Over here in Apollonia, we have to decide what we want to do about these Brutii. Do we want to let them regroup, bring all their armies together, and attack us in the field? Or do we want to just move on and take Thurman? I think the answer is a bit of both. I want to properly stock Apollonia with slingers and Scutarii before we abandon it and march our general off to go get more conquests. So let's see if we can just drop some troops off in Apollonia. Perfect. This way, at least if we get attacked here, we'll have a pretty big advantage. We can take out Praetorians fairly well with slingers from the walls, so I think we should be okay here. And then in another turn or so, we will march south and take Thurman out. Let's get a little closer just so we definitely have the move points to get there. If they want to attack us on this mountain, they can, but probably they're going to counterattack Apollonia itself. We will also send some strength over from Croton to this ship. It's not going to come over this turn, it'll come over next turn, but I just want to be nice and strong in Apollonia so we don't lose it. With that, there's nothing to be done except ending the turn and seeing what comes in the next turn. Hopefully nothing too dramatic. We are being attacked by the Carthaginians, who were outside of Tingi. I expected that. And I've gotten some comments, people giving me advice on how to deal with this battle in Tingi. Did you bring the war elephants? Oh no, they just brought the standard elephants. But we do have finally a view of the armored elephants. Defense of 21, 12 hit points. Oh, so scary. So yeah, I really don't want to have to deal with those armored elephants. For now, we're just dealing with the standard elephants though. And the trick that I want to try here is sallying forth. This is something that I learned in Capua, I believe, like 10 parts ago, which is that you can sally forth, drop all your troops outside of the city from one gate, and the enemies will sometimes kind of drop in such a way that you can shoot them from the walls. So we're going to try that. Let's go ahead and sally forth and see if we can get it to work here. I feel like we've had such a campaign against Bathi's Carlos. I feel like he's our mortal enemy. He's honestly a good guy. He's bloody, he's honest, has proven loyalties, scarred. He's quite the decorated hero, so it'll be interesting if we ever end up killing him. I've never actually fought him in his actual unit, only his troops. So as expected, the enemy have drawn up outside the gates here, and what we're going to do is we want all of our, specifically slingers, up on the walls, prepared to do the damage, and then we will start with just slingers up here. And we're going to have them not fire at will yet. And then we'll have the rest of the army draw up outside of these gates. Hopefully that will be enough to get them to kind of rotate around and get in range of our slingers. I'm tempted to also put other things up there. We will hold off on doing that, but eventually we will get our other, our skirmishers, our Spanish mercenaries, that kind of stuff up on the walls when we run out of ammo with the slingers. But for now, let's just charge outside of the city. We will bring these skirmishers over as well. I didn't mean to leave them over here. Just go over to there, and then let's see what they do about this. Will they get close to the walls? So I don't think we have a shot yet, but let's turn on fire at will, just in case. If we can get shots in, we will. We might have somewhat overdone it. Not really sure what the plan is here. We've got some shots in. So we're shooting this round shield cavalry, doing a lot of damage to them. Anyone going to get in range of this tower? Not quite yet. Maybe we'll send some slingers over to this section of wall. Seems like that might work. I'm going to speed this up, let everyone move along the wall. Perfect, so the enemy are kind of standing in front of the towers. Can we get any shots in? They pulled back somewhat. Let's see if we can get our long-range slingers to this section of wall. We'll send our shorter-range slingers over here because they're not going to get a shot anyways. Let's see if that works. Maybe if we drop right here, we'll have a shot on the enemy here. It doesn't look like it quite yet. Now we start just fiddling around with these troops. So we want them to kind of drop relative to us. I don't really know exactly how to do this. I'm going to try just different positions. Let's go there. Does this help? Slingers are all in place. They're all at fire at will. How do I get them to drop relative to me? There. We can keep doing this until we see some movement out of the Carthaginians. Okay, we have some movement. Not enough to put them in range. Maybe if we go further away, will that do it? We're just going to try different positions until we get the army to redraw. So they're moving, but not in a way that is helpful for me. Let's see if maybe it's the skirmishers that are causing this issue. Let's get the skirmishers over here. Alright, we're drawing up over here. When will this work? This works so easily at Capua. Maybe it just doesn't work with the city. I mean, we did some damage over here. That's pretty good. Momentarily, they'll step into range. Maybe if I think we're nearly at the moment of truth. We just draw up like this. Will we start to? I think we're going to start to rotate them into the city wall. Specifically, if we can get the elephants out of the game, that is the goal. There we go. We're getting some shots in. This is way more effort than I realized. At least our slingers are getting some shots in. The real cheddar will be if these slingers can get shots in, but we'll see. Who are we shooting at right now? Oh, we're shooting the elephants, aren't we? There we go, finally. Knocking out some of these units. Perfect. Alright, these slingers are out of ammo, so we'll send them off the walls. And we will bring these slingers into prime position. Also, their elephants are running amok, so they'll probably do some damage to their own troops. Maybe we can set the other elephants amok too. Yeah, no, these slingers have horrible range. That might be all we get. But we managed to make one unit run amok. That might be a good sally for now. Killed 31% of the enemy. That's actually really impressive. Pulling back our troops with the hopes of just drastically changing the way they draw up, and maybe the slingers will get some shots in. But it looks like that's not going to work. Let's just get back inside the city. This was a pretty successful sally. We got rid of one unit of elephants, and I mean, look at all these horses over here that died. So, fairly good result. And with that, our sally has been successful, and let's see how we did. We lost 18 soldiers. How do we lose them? We just lost some slingers to probably friendly fire, but we killed 250 enemies. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's check out our end of turn report. We profited 3,600 denarii. Even though we spent a lot last turn, I'm happy with that. Anton the Allergites in Numantia has died. That's okay, we don't really care about him. In Carolus, we have our Hall of Heroes, so we can build some Scutarii. We'll build one unit there just in case. And in Carthage, we have most of an army. Let's see if we want to send them all out to go conquer Carthaginian cities. Might want to leave someone behind. Maybe Keeman of Olispo. He has one influence. He doesn't have any bad traits, so he'll technically help with public order a little bit. And he can always recruit some mercenaries or something if needed, so that will be good enough to leave in Carthage. And what are these armies here? Let's just sit on this bridge and see what we have here. Some decent troops. Hopefully they try to do a bridge crossing battle against us. It won't work out for them. Let's pull together some troops. We might combine Gurguri the Conqueror and Gurguri the Factionaire for one more conquest. Let's see. Yeah, we can leave almost nothing in Thapsus and it's totally fine. So let's go ahead and combine these two armies. And hopefully they try to attack us on the bridge. That would be perfect. We can bring our troops over into Massilia, so we now have a pretty decent amount of long shield cavalry here. In the next few turns, we'll be able to bring them over to Narbo Martius for a more centralized position. And Carbassi the Conqueror, who's looking really good these days, is finally ready to take out Condate Redonum. He's seen the English Channel, which is, you know, a first for a Spaniard ever. And yeah, it's just a couple units of basic warband in here. This will be a very easy battle. It's a very foggy day, and I always enjoy extreme weather, so we're going to let that be the case. Let's pull up Norbert the Elephant for knocking down the gate. And we'll pull up our cavalry, who will be sent into the city to actually kill the enemy. Let's go ahead and knock down this gate. And as many arrows as we can fire into these warband will be worth it. So let's see if they just sit in front of our arrows. Doing some damage. So let's have Norbert just sit here and fire off all of his arrows as long as we can. Warband is no longer in range, so let's knock down the gates. In previous battles in Gaul, I've not been bringing my elephants into the city because I don't want to lose any to something like a skirmisher warband. But since there are literally no skirmishers, no projectiles of any kind here, I might use Norbert a little more aggressively than usual to break these warbands. So let's bring Norbert inside the city, and we will follow with our long shield cavalry, but yeah, I mean, this should break very quickly, the warband. Yeah, they're broken. We lost, looks like one elephant, which is a shame. But yeah, let's see how many we can kill. See if we can just wrap up this battle nice and quick. Shaken. Ooh, yikes, we're losing a lot of elephants. We won't do this again. Just this one battle we'll clean up nice and quick. Alright, pull back, Norbert. We don't want to lose any more elephants. Very sad. We've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elephants. Very sad. 6 over here? No, just 5. So no more combat for Norbert. We'll just use him to knock down gates. And we'll use our Longshoe cavalry for the rest of this battle. Let's get them inside the city. We'll bring Norbert up here just for the missile attack. But yeah, I don't want to use him for actual combat anymore. Let's get the Longshoe cavalry inside the city. Honestly, these elephant archers are pretty bad. They've been firing for like 30 seconds. And they've done 0 damage to this warband. What is happening? Are they only hitting the shields? The shields aren't even facing them. Alright, let's get our elephants out of here. We're going to get Kerbassi to lead them into the city for the morale bonus. And then we'll just charge with our cavalry, run down these warband, and that will be that. Alright, we're getting them all into position. And as our general pulls up, we're just going to charge onto the warband, run them down. Should be nice and quick. We'll take some casualties, but that's unavoidable. It's okay. Alright, we took 107 casualties. Did we heal any of our elephants? Oh yeah, we healed all of our elephants, I think. Let's see if that actually worked, but it said we healed all of them because of the necromancy mechanic, as we've been calling it in the comments. Another settlement with 0 population, 723 population. So sad. But yeah, we didn't lose any elephants, so honestly, maybe using Norbert in combat is not such a bad idea. Let's grab everyone from Condate Redonum. Can we appease the city by just building some peasants? Not quite, but next turn they'll probably be satisfied. I think we should just head over to Alesia right now. Just knock them out of the game once and for all. Hopefully these Germans don't attack Condate Redonum, but I don't really care about holding on to the city. I just want to knock the Gauls out of the game. So if the Germans get it, it's not the worst thing in the world. We will eventually be enemies with everyone up here. I was planning on allying with the Germans, but if it's not possible, it's not possible. We'll build a diplomat in Narmer to send up to the Germans so that when we're at war with the Britons, we can hopefully get an alliance with the Germans, but yeah, we'll see. We're going to continue sailing our invading army across the seas over to Cydonia, and there's nothing else to do this turn, so let's go ahead and end it. I think I just saw the animation of one of our generals dying of old age on that ship, so that would totally throw a screw into my plans, because the whole point of getting Cydonia was to get the mercenaries there. No, he didn't die. He just made a weird animation. Okay, all right, that's fine. Keep sailing. Go on over. We've just encountered the Egyptians for the first time in the game, and they've made it to Cyrene, so hopefully they don't have Cydonia yet, because that would stink, but I'm not willing to start a war with the Egyptians for any reason, so if they want Cydonia, they can have Cydonia. That's fine. This Carthaginian army is attacking Thapsus. That won't work out for you. I'm not even sure why you're trying, so we'll kill them in just a moment. Let's take a look at our announcements first, though. We profited 12,115 that turn. Economy's still going strong. Narmer, we finally have a port here. Do we have trade yet? Trade of 577, not bad. And that will get better with time, especially once Massilia has trade going, things will get better. Let's go ahead and build stockade here. We want to be somewhat well protected here. And Massilia looks like it's about 1 turn away from reaching a large town, and we'll be able to build a port then, so that'll be really nice. Now, over on Greece, Apollonia is besieged by these Praetorians. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get this army over to assist with the defense of Apollonia, so we may want to bring our army back and fight off these Praetorians. But honestly, we have so many missile troops here. We might be able to just handle them. Let's be cautious. We'll just fight them off. Are they seriously willing to fight this? Okay, they are willing to fight this with 4 units of Praetorians. I don't see what they see, but, you know, go for it. At the very least, this will be some target practice for my Cretans. They can get some experience, so that's all right with me. We will have a front line of Scutarii and Bull Warriors with a little bit of mercenary hoplites at the center to protect them. Behind this line of troops, we'll put our Cretans, and we'll have our cavalry on the wings to wrap them up once they inevitably break. And we'll have our general behind the army, think that's a perfect way to line up. Let's see where they're lining up. Slightly higher ground, which is intelligent. Let's drop like this. We'll tell the mercenaries to get out of formation so they can run, and we'll have everyone run. My guess is they will realize how woefully outnumbered they are here and want to back away at some point. I would if I was them. They are drawing up to be opposite us, and can we reach them with our Cretans yet? Not quite yet, but very close. I think if we move everyone forward a little bit... Oh, actually, looks like we don't even need to. Let's go ahead and deploy our phalanxes. Well, our single phalanx. We don't have phalanxes, but we'll get some shots in on these Praetorians and hopefully do some good damage. They've got so much armor that probably we won't do a lot of damage, but it'll help a little bit. Yes, turn to the side. Perfect. Shoot them in the side. And go to the lower ground, so I have an even better shot on you. That's perfect. We'll speed this up a little bit, as long as they're not making an attempt to actually charge at us. Oh, they're leaving the field. Boo, cowards. Let's chase them with our cavalry. I don't know that we will win this fight, but I think we could probably break one unit of Praetorians at least. So we've charged into this rear unit of Praetorians. They're eager for now, steady, shaken, wavering. They should break any moment. We'll definitely take some casualties here, but we'll break them and we'll clean up the unit, so it'll be worth doing. This just shows how incredible the morale of Praetorians are. They have 1,000 cavalry marching down on them. They've lost 100 troops in like 30 seconds, and they've only now just broke. Alright, we rode them all down. And, I mean, we can chase after these Praetorians, but we'll never reach them. Lost 51 troops, killed 168 Praetorians. I'm happy with that. And Apollonia has successfully been defended. We'll march back over here, take Thermon in a couple of turns, probably. We want to wait until the port of Croton is cleared so that we can bring over our reinforcements to Apollonia, and then I'll feel happy leaving it undefended. In air quotes, undefended with a massive army. Now, Kerbassi the Conqueror can reach Alesia in 2 turns, and Volecotus of Oltis can reach Lemanum in 1 turn. But he doesn't have elephants, so I think I can knock them out of the game before they manage to take Lemanum back, and I think that's alright. If we end up losing Lemanum for a few turns after this unit goes rebel, I'm alright with that. Not the end of the world. The main thing is I want to get the Gauls out of the game. Down here at Thapsus, we need to chase off Captain Abascantus. And yeah, he doesn't want to fight us, but he doesn't have a choice. He started the wrong fight. I mean, they don't have anything good here. No phalanxes, no heavy spearmen, so we can just charge them with our heavy cavalry, and this will be a nice, quick victory. I'm not even going to bother using my slingers or anything like that. We're just going to take all of our cavalry, bring them up like this, and charge across the field at them. I don't think they have a very good game plan here. We've got skirmishers and long shields over here. The Iberians, that's their strongest troops. Yeah. Broken, broken. This unit, broken. This unit. Round shields, broken. All of them. Yeah, they don't have any hope here, so we'll just chase down whoever we can. And with that, the whole army is gone. Let's go ahead and end the battle. We lost 42 soldiers, but we healed half of them, and they lost 700, so not sure what the plan was. Don't attack me if you're not ready to get attacked back. And let's continue marching north. We'll clear this army as well, and then we'll go over and take Cirta. In Apollonia, we'll retrain these mercenaries for a little bit better stats, and let's get maybe 1 unit of Scutarii here, just another unit, a little bit of strength, just in case. In Massilia, we have these 4 pretty decent units of cavalry, which we can send over to Narva Martius. We'll do that, just we want to have strength here, centralized, so we can defend this area if we get attacked by the army that I know is in this region. Let's go ahead and end this turn. And Apollonia is attacked again. Over here at Tingi, we are finally attacked by Bathai's Carlos, and come on, what are you doing? You know this isn't going to work, but they're going to try their best. So they've drawn up over here. They're going to try and get through... Is it this gate? Where have they got their ram? They've got their ram over here. Weird place to put a ram. But let's put our slingers on the wall up here. We don't really have any hope of stopping the ram if they really want to use it. We're just going to have to do as much damage as we can. We will do a lot of damage with our slingers, with our skirmishers, so yeah, I'm not too worried, especially with these Libyan spearmen on the ladders. I'm really not worried about that. They're not going to be able to make it to the walls without taking a ton of damage, so yeah, not a great plan for them. Let's put Scutarii up on the wall right here. We'll have Fire at Will enabled for them, and they can deal with the brunt of those Libyan spearmen once they make it up the walls. Put our Balearics over here, because they'll have a shot on the people manning the ram. Luckily, they have their ram way out here, which means it has to travel across this whole area and get shot by towers before it gets to the gate. So, yeah, I mean, I guess their plan is to use elephants first, but their elephants will definitely lose their nerve and run amok, so I'm not really sure what the plan is. As ever, with the Carthaginians, they're not very smart. Over here, we have a lot of elephants, so we'll put a lot of skirmishers up here. Put some skirmishers by this gate, by this gate. They don't really have much of a chance here. We've really reinforced this area since the first couple of battles we had here where we were very unprepared. We'll have these mercenaries not have Fire at Will enabled. Same with these Spanish mercenaries, which we will put on the wall. We'll save their javelins for the second set of elephants, which are also here. And we'll put our Spanish mercenaries right here on this section of gate. So yeah, I think we will be just fine defending this city. We'll put some cavalry, some generals unit over here, some Median mercenaries over here, just in case for some reason they do get through the gate. I doubt they will, but you never know. And we'll put naked fanatics on the walls over here. So if there's some issue where the Libyan mercenaries are really overrunning our Scutarii and our slingers here, we can at least use our naked fanatics to fight on the walls. Let's go ahead and start the battle. We're getting a little too long-winded here. And as soon as possible, we will be firing at the troops manning the ram, but for now, firing at the elephants is a great idea. So as these elephants approach the wall, they will get shredded by our skirmishers, by our slingers, everyone. This is not going to be pretty for them. I'm sure they'll run amok here. I don't know what happens when elephants run amok next to ladders. That would be interesting. We might find that out any moment. They're about to run amok, I can tell you that. We keep hitting them with skirmishers. That would be very interesting. We can reach these Iberian infantry who are manning the ram, so let's start firing at them with our slingers. And oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, absolutely slaughtering these hoplites. This is crazy. This unit of elephants was on our side for sure. That was crazy. We killed 100 pointy infantry right there. These Libyan spearmen have lost almost 100 strength. And this ram, they've lost about 70 of these Iberian infantry. They'll probably lose even more. Slingers are firing now as well. Over here at this gate, we have killed several of these elephants. They're not running amok yet. That's because the skirmishers are firing at the wrong people. Fire at the elephants, obviously. We'll have our mercenary infantry fire. Okay, perfect. Let's stop firing for now, because we have made them run amok, so let them do their thing. They can get rid of these skirmishers. Over at this gate, there are only 62 Libyan spearmen remaining here. So let's bring our slingers over here. Just get them out of the way of the Libyan spearmen. We'll get our naked fanatics here instead, and they can guard the wall.
Unleash the defenders and break the enemy's attack.
This unit over here not only lost the ram, they lost the entire unit as well. Not one survivor, thanks to these slingers, so that's perfect. These Scutarii will easily deal with the Libyan spearmen, same with the Naked Fanatics. We will use Warcry just before they land at the top of the walls. And let's check over here. Have the other elephants gotten involved yet? Nope, not yet. Alright. Let's check on these Naked Fanatics. How quickly will they tear through these units? Yeah, not good for the enemy. Libyan spearmen are just getting cut down. We'll barely take any casualties here because we outnumber them so much at the ladders. That plus 10 damage from using Warcry is really crazy. Every single one of those Libyan spearmen has died. I think we lost one Naked Fanatic, so yeah. Ouch. Not good for them. These Poeni infantry will probably be next. And we still have a lot of ammunition with our slingers, so yeah, I don't envy them. They have a really tough job. Are these elephants really going the long way to get to the rear gate? That's not a bad idea. Let's send these skirmishers over to this gate. They can intercept them. It's going to take a while, but we'll do it. We've already killed 52% of the enemies, including 2 out of 3 units of elephants, and they've killed 0% of us, so not going too well for them. Over here, these elephants are getting shot by the towers. I'm surprised they haven't lost any yet. Have they? It looks like they might have lost a couple elephants. Let's look over here if there are any scattered around. No, I don't see any. Maybe they just didn't bring very many. But they'll be pretty weak and pretty susceptible to running amok because they've taken so many arrows already. It's honestly not great that it's taking so long to get these skirmishers over here, because if they manage to get the elephants inside the city, then all of the heavy cavalry outside will also be able to get inside the city. And then we'll have to actually fight this army. So let's preemptively get a good amount of solid infantry to the city center with our general, just in case the heavy cavalry comes in through the gates, so we can deal with them. Never mind, not necessary. The elephants have run amok. I was scared that was not going to happen. I didn't know what to do if we couldn't make them run amok, and they just knocked down the gate. But yeah, whenever they get up to the oil pots, they usually will run amok, so that's okay. We'll still use these Numidian mercenaries, get them outside of the city, and we'll just have them use all their javelins on the elephants to end the battle a little bit quicker. Go kill these elephants. We'll use Cantabrian Circle. I don't know. Are they going to just run into the elephants? What are you doing? Use your brain. Alright, they took some casualties, but they're getting it done. There you go. Good job, guys. Do we need to send them to deal with the other elephants, or are they going to wander off the field? They're wandering off any moment. And with that, the last hope of the Carthaginians is this unit of Poeni infantry, which is kind of just glitched here and not moving towards the ladders on the wall. So let's see if we can shoot them with some slingers, hopefully unfreeze them. Can you guys admit defeat? I really don't think you've got this one. Sorry to break it to you. I just don't think you got it. Okay, they have a shot. Let's let them fire. Yeah, it's kind of a weird way to draw it, but it works. And they'll take a lot of damage here. We'll be able to replace them with another unit of slingers as well once we run out of ammunition. And if they break, I believe the army will automatically lose the battle, so that's good. So we've killed about half of the remaining Poeni infantry. Let's pull these slingers off the wall, and we'll grab the next unit and have them do the same thing. We'll try to draw them up a little more intelligently over here like that. Might even do a little more damage this way. And I'll bring my Numidian mercenaries over to this gate, just in case we need them to finish off these Poenis. Why are you drawing up like this? You're so weird. Okay, fine, whatever. Do whatever you want, just fire your stones. What are you doing? This is how all those guys fell off and died a few parts back. You remember that? Don't be an idiot. These are the bravest pointy infantry in the world. They've been run through by elephants. They've been hit by thousands, tens of thousands of stones potentially. Yeah, they're holding strong. Oh, and I didn't realize we have Balearic slingers. Fantastic. Those are the real experts. All right, fire. Now it's showtime. Yeah, they're done for. All right, just like that, battle over. Yay! We killed 406 the enemy. Not enough for them to disband or anything, but we only lost about 20 soldiers, so I'm happy with it. The really interesting battle will be the one with the armored elephants who are hanging out right here. They don't have a general, but these armored elephants, if I can't kill them easily with my skirmishers because they have all that armor, oh gosh. Let's take our North African army, begin marching it toward Cirta, and hopefully find that army that fled from Carthage. We profited 16,672 denarii that turn. Amazing, we're just getting richer every turn. And finally, Massilia has grown. We'll buy the Warlord's Hold, and we'll finally have a large town, so we can build a port. So exciting. But also, we finally have a Hall of Heroes, so we could build some Scutarii, and we will build some Scutarii. And we'll also retrain some troops as well. We'll build a Hall of Heroes in Leptis Magna, just in case the Egyptians ever come to attack us. We want to have some decent Scutarii here. And in Carthage, we have communal farming. We won't build a tavern because we don't want the bad traits from any generals that might sit in Carthage at some point, so we're just going to skip that. And now that we have 2 trade fleets, Leptis Magna is making 850 a turn from trade. That's fantastic, with Syracuse and Carthage. In Thapsus, let's build communal farming here as well. We want to get everything that's not taverns built in all of these taken Carthaginian cities. Brutii just made an alliance with the Gauls. Not sure this is the right time to do that. I'll explain later, Brutii, but I don't think this is the time to be allying with the Gauls. Let's get rid of this rebel army just because it's in the way of Alesia. This is such a dense forest that I literally cannot see anything. So we're just gonna try to find the army over here. This is when I'm so glad that I turned off the limited camera, because this was brutal when you could only see a few hundred yards in front of you and you couldn't find the troops in forest. So let's just charge in with our cavalry. I know that's crazy, but we want our Longshow cavalry to just charge in. Everything will break, don't worry. I think there are some concealed naked fanatics or something over here. Bring our elephants as well, just in case we need them. And I'm going to slow down my general a little bit, just in case he's at the front of the pack. We don't want him to actually be charging into the troops. Speed this up a little bit. And any second here, we're going to see some soldiers right here. We got Warband and we have Naked Fanatics. Let's charge into the Naked Fanatics. Should break fairly quickly, but just in case, we're going to use rally troops from our general. Perfect, they've broken. And let's charge into these Warband. They should break as well. Yeah, nice and quick. Steady. That won't last for long. Kind of fun getting to fight in these different environments. I'm happy with that. Bring our general over here. We don't want to have any breaks. You never know when you're going to have a break on very hard difficulty. You never know. These might be the first elephants that have ever made it to northern Gaul. But here they are, looking awfully out of place. Let's go ahead and end the battle. Took 148 casualties, but we're about to take Alesia off the Gauls and knock them out of the game. It's worth it. It's fine. And can we reach Alesia? Yes, we can. And the thrilling conclusion of the Gallic campaign is a undefended capital with just a couple people in it. This is their faction leader, Coculatanus of Duracoratorum. Pretty good guy. It's really bad when the faction leader is 19 years old. That shows just how much we put them through the ringer. Let's go ahead and fight them. They've got some decent infantry, but not enough soldiers on the field to actually stop us. So This should be relatively easy. The end of the Gallic campaign. Ooh, so exciting. Drop our strongest units of cavalry, which is what we'll use in the actual battle, and we'll use Borbert to knock down the gates. Any shots we can get into the Gauls with our elephants, we will absolutely take. Trying to remember if there are any Forester warband in the city. I don't think there are. There's some skirmisher warbands, so we need to be aware of them. But yeah, some chosen swordsmen here. Skirmisher warband. What are you? Forester warband. They have 40 Forester warbands, so I do need to be careful with that. And the city center is just some more chosen swordsmen. But they've got a decent army here. I'm not going to underestimate it. We'll speed this up a little bit. Get some shots into these barbarian noble cavalry as they go by. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but oh yeah, just sit right here. That's perfect. Get some shots into them. Now that this wall has gone down, or the gates, we'll drop like this, try and get some shots into these barbarian noble cavalry. This won't be a totally easy battle, honestly. Like, they have enough heavy cavalry here that my 430 long shield cavalry might be enough to really deal with them. Let's get our elephants in here first to deal with these barbarian noble cavalry. If we're going to take any casualties, we should take casualties first with the elephants because they will heal first. So let's get some kills on these barbarian noble cavalry. These should break relatively quickly. Yes, and we finish them off. And I'm getting my elephants out of here because they're firing fire arrows at us. Please don't run amok. Please don't run amok. Get out of there. Alright, they made it out. That was very scary. And no casualties, so yay. Killed 11% of the enemy army. This is honestly going to be difficult. I'm tempted to call this quits and just wait them out a little bit. Let's really look at what they have. They have some flimsy stuff, some decent archers, a good unit of heavy cavalry. Bad thing is I can't use any of my elephants because they'll run amok. You know what? I've done my damage. I don't want to lose this army because I have no way of reinforcing the Gallic army because all of my cities in Gaul have no population. So we're just going to flee. I know that's shameful. This will be bad for Kerbasi of Toledo. He might pick up a negative trait. But I just don't want to lose all my troops here. Killed 42 noble cavalry, and yeah, that's that. No casualties. So not the most climactic end to the Gallic campaign. We'll come back, fight them a little later, but I mean, 137 chosen swordsmen with experience, with the support of Forester warband, and 85 heavy cavalry can break almost anything. So I'm glad I'm not underestimating them. I don't want to lose this. We will bring this cavalry over to Narber Mardius, and I think we are properly secure in this area. Once we've knocked the Gauls out, we can bring some troops up from Osca and start attacking maybe Redonum as one of my first enemies. Let's go over to the Germanics. We'll talk to them after next turn, once we hopefully knock out the Gauls. And one more time, we want to fight off the army of the Brutii that are besieging Apollonia. Fortunately, we do not want to fight the army behind them. So I'm actually not going to bring Megavercus of Brigantium over because that would start a fight with both of them, I'm pretty sure. If we just sally forth and fight Captain Valerius, it's just Captain Valerius. So we can absolutely handle him with all of our missile troops. Let's go ahead and take care of that, and then we can reinforce Apollonia with the troops that we trained in Croton. So what we're going to do is, let's pull up our Scutarii right here. They're going to be kind of our front line. And then we're going to have slingers up here. Slingers will be firing off the walls. Hopefully the Praetorians will try to charge forward. Let's prepare our other slingers over here, as well as some mercenary peltasts. And let's go ahead and start this battle. Our slingers obviously will not have a shot yet, but let's go ahead and pull up our Scutarii to just outside the front gate. And that way, if we get charged, we can use our slingers. So we've got our Scutarii outside of the city. We will turn on fire at will and guard mode, and let's pull them up like so. And then we'll pull out all of these troops as well. We'll just have them out here, and we want skirmish mode off. We want them to stick with the Scutarii because strength in numbers. So we have 4 units of slingers 2 units of mercenary peltas. So our actual, infantry is right here. We will bring them to there, and then we'll use our slingers as just kind of the way to draw them forward. I'll have all of our slingers just draw up like this. Hopefully the cavalry does not charge my slingers and absolutely wreck them. But let's bring our general's unit of slingers over here, and he won't be on fire at will because that's our general. Alright, we're going to try this. Hopefully it doesn't backfire on me, but let's bring our slingers up here. See if we can get some shots in on the Praetorians without getting charged by Roman cavalry. Oy, kind of scary. Keep our block of Scutarii near them just in case. Alright, a little bit further forward. Let's attack this unit of Praetorians that are further down the hill because they'll take more damage. And we're going to keep our Scutarii near them just in case they need to skirmish back. Alright, hopefully we don't get a charge here. It's so scary how close we have to get with these slingers. Alright, they're going to start firing now. Let's get our Scutarii right up to them. Alright, fire at these Praetorians that are walking at us. And skirmish is enabled, so we should be able to run away before they get too close. Gosh, it's not really doing any damage. Come on, guys! Okay, they're running away, so hopefully we'll do some damage as we shoot them in the back. Yes, that's good damage. Alright, making some progress here. The Roman cavalry seems to be charging up. Let's get our missiles back. Come on. Oh, get out of there. Okay, we lost 1 unit. Can we salvage this? We'll have all of these javelins coming in, which should do a lot of damage to this Roman cavalry. Might even break the Roman cavalry or kill the general. We can reform what we have left of the slingers. Bring them up here. Yeah, we're doing a ton of damage to this Roman cavalry. We're going to use rally troops, and that does bring back 2 units of slingers. We've got some more javelins from the Scutarii, which are getting thrown into these Praetorians, and in turn they're going to take shots back as well. So, yeah. Ouch, this is going to hurt. Ouch, yeah, a lot of damage. But we should be able to handle this. Praetorians are just kind of hanging out here. I don't understand the plan. You're going to get shot in the back here. And these slingers will be able to fire at these Praetorians very soon. Perfect. They're firing at these Praetorians. And then these slingers are running over to the other flank, and they'll be able to fire as well. Well, what are you guys doing? What's the plan here? Alright, so we have some Roman cavalry charging into our slingers. Let's fight them with our Scutarii. No. Regroup. Just don't break. We're going to use rally troops with our general's unit of slingers. Come on, guys. Get some shots into these Praetorians. They're shaken. They're taking some damage, but we really need the Scutarii to reform. Alright, get our general over here. Let's have these skirmishers skirmish. We don't want them to actually get attacked by these Praetorians. Praetorians are shaken. They're taking shots on the side. So they shouldn't stand up to much. Okay, no, get back, get back. Come on, slingers. What are you doing? Why don't you skirmish? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's get our Scutarii to attack them. And our slingers will also do a ton of damage now that they're fleeing. Hopefully. Come on. Get them. Alright, Scutarii, this is not going to be helpful, actually. Let's get you away. I just want them to leave the battle. I don't even need to kill them all. I just want to be able to bring my reinforcements in from Croton. Alright, get some kills in. Crazy. They have so much armor that even when they're fleeing, they're not taking that many casualties. Alright. Killed 68% of the enemy. This is a good start. Keep firing at these Praetorians. We're going to enable Skirmisher and Fire at Will. Come on, as they get closer, they should break again. And then they'll take a lot of damage here. Yes, they've broken. Yeah, brutal. Alright, these Roman cavalry are attacking. Let's try to fight them off with our Scutarii. Okay, no. They're kind of changing their mind. That's okay. There we go. They're fleeing the field. Thank goodness. That was a really close one. If anyone has a shot, they can take it. Oh, they're not fleeing the field? Jeez, they're crazy. Let's get our Scutarii more central, just in case these Roman cavalry charge again. I want to be around. We'll put them right behind the slingers, just so when the slingers skirmish, they immediately get to safety.
Attack! This is no longer a
Perfect, we finally completed this.
coward.
Took a while, took probably 10-15 minutes of shooting these guys, but they finally have broken and the battle's won. And we can finally reinforce the city. Lost 112 troops. Not bad to kill 431 Praetorians and Roman cavalry. I'm very happy with that. And as Captain Harius and his enormous army looms over Apollonia, we can finally reinforce the city with some decent troops. Not the best troops, but we've got some troops in Apollonia. We will repair and retrain our troops. And we get the chance to build one more unit before this army arrives. And I think we should build a unit of Scutarii. We want as much solid infantry as possible here. Looks like they didn't bring most of their Marian stuff to the battle, which is good. But we will have a lot of troops, including some Cretan archers that we need to kill. So yeah, we need as much heavy infantry as possible. And let's bring our ship back to the port at Tarentum. And let's go ahead and demolish the shrine to Aphrodite that we have here. We want to get rid of any Greek or Roman culture when we can. I'm split between building a shrine to Isis so we can build bull warriors and a shrine to Abnoba for the upgrade to missile weapons. I'm thinking Abnoba because we have so many slingers here and we're going to be able to purchase Cretan archers periodically here, so I want to get those as good as possible. So I'm going to upgrade missile first. So we'll get our level 3 shrine to Abnoba as soon as possible. If the Brutii can stop attacking me, please. And now that Apollonia has successfully been reinforced and defended, we can turn our attention with Megaravicos of Brigantium to marching south, taking out other Brutii cities such as Thermon. And I think with that, this is a great place to end this part. We have several battles coming up in the next couple of turns. We should be able to take Thermon, hopefully, if we have enough strength here. Next part, we will also be able to take Cirta off of the Carthaginians and knock the Gauls out of the game by taking Alesia. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this part, and I hope you're also enjoying the Dacia series that I just started. I've got an episode of the Spanish campaign coming up every Wednesday, and an episode of the Dacian campaign coming up every Friday, so I hope you're enjoying that. If you haven't watched it yet, please do. It's very fun. It's a nice refreshing change from the Spanish campaign, the long turns, the slogging battles against Praetorians. It's definitely a change of tempo from that. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.